So guys, in this part we are going to add our first enemy. So now we need to go to our game asset inside of the enemy folder. Here we have a bomb. It's a little bit too big, so I'm going to put that here and change it to pixel per unit 300. So now I'm going to add some stuff to it and change it. Enemy 1, then add the CQ collider to the, then also rigid body to the. So then what else I'm going to do? I'm going to add the rotator to it, minus 180 and 180, because I don't want to give it every time to each of our enemies. I'm going here to say minus 180 180. So now every time we add a new rotator, they will get always the value. When I play, as you see, he's going to turn. Okay. Now let's go and write a new script. I'm going to call it follow player. Now let's attach that script to our enemy. Let's go inside. Here in the top, I want to say private transform, and we want to transform toward our player. So player, in the start function, we are defined who is the player. Player is that object be sure that is object and not objects, which we attached player script to it. So then here I need that dot transform. So we get the position of the object that has the player controller on it. So now to move our object toward that position, we need also to write that transform that position is equal to vector2 dot move towards and transform the position. Transform the position is our position, so the enemy position. Where is our enemy position? Toward to our player position. And also speed. Then here I'm going to call time speed multiplied by time dot delta time. Now here let's write public float speed, and as a default, I'm going to put 1. So now save it. Let's go. As you see, the object is moving always toward our player. So now I'm going to create another script and call it enemy shooter. Now let's open it. Here we don't need the update, so we can delete the update. In the top, I'm going to write so public game object bullet. Then we want also public float fire rate and public transform. I'm going to make it array, and this time I want shot spawn or fire point, but I'm going to call this shot spawn to be different with our player. So then we need to, here I'm going to call void fire then we are going to loop to all of our transform position, transform shot spawn. So for what's happening? Okay. If int I is equal to 0, then we want to check if our I is less than our shot spawn.length. If it is, then we want to add 1 to it, and during that time we want to loop and check, and so as long as our I is less than our shot spawn, the length of our shot spawn, we want to shoot. So instantiate bullet, then shot spawn array, going inside I dot position, then again shot spawn array I dot rotation. So what's happening here? I'm going to write the info loop to our shot spawn point, and if it's not, if it's less than our max shot spawn point, then call the instantiate. Okay, and now in the start function we need to use the invoke repeating. The invoke repeating, that means we're going to call this function again and again. So invoke repeating fire1. So let's just write fire, because here we use the fire. I'm going to change it to fire as well. It's important that you need to use the same alphabet here, or you will get error. Okay, invoke repeating here fire rate, and the repetition also fire rate. So as you see, so we invoke repeating the fire function, fire method, and whatever is our fire rate, and we also we wanted the same number, because if it's 1, then we want the 1 time repeating. It's 2, we want 2 time repeating, and it's loop again and again. So let's save it. I'm going back. So now, but before I'm going to change anything, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Let's see how it with 200 pixel. It's too big. 250 is right choice, I think. Okay. 270. So now we need to go to our enemy. Right click. We are going to create an empty object. I'm going to call it shot spawn point. So now let's put it there. I'm going to duplicate it. Oh, wait. Another one here, and another one here, and here. So now let's attach our enemy shot. So enemy shoot. Going to bring it up. So I'm going to say fire rate 1 or 2, and let's lock it here at all of this spawn point to there. As you see, I have fair shot spawn point. Now we need to make a bullet. So I'm going to bring that bullet. It's still too big, so I'm going to put it there. Unlock it. And I'm going to change it to 500. See how it. I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. So I want SQL Collider to be trigger. Now I'm going to add also rigid body 2D as well. Gravity is kept to 0 and freeze rotation mover script speed of -5. So now I'm going to make it prefab. Call it first enemy bullet number 1. So then let's go attach it to our bullet. So now if we play, we will see that it's shooting toward top. You see that the enemy shooting toward top. So now let's go to our mover script. We need to change something. So where is our enemy? I'm going to change it to transform dot up. So now save it. So now as you see, he's in which direction that he's going to turn to call the bullet in that direction. Okay, that's a good point. Now we want to give a direction to our shooting spawn point. Here I'm going to say 45. Here 45. Let's see if it's work correctly. Yeah, they should be other direction. Okay. And how about these two? Going to also make this one 45 minus 45. So but for the position theory, I use this one. That this one I use 90, and for this one I use minus 90. So now if I play, just disable to. So for now you will see that other object also turning around, but you see that our enemy shooting correctly and depend, yeah, with the random shooting point. So sorry guys, I just adjusted again. So this one I use minus 45, the second one minus 120, and the third one 120, and the fourth is 45. So now if I play, you will see that the shot direction is correct. So I'm going to stop it and then back. I'm going to follow the player and rotate here as well. Perfect. So now everything works fine except the other methods, which we are going to fix them, and later when we want to instantiate them to our scene. I'm going for now disable them because we can make it in the new script for them, and also or we can make a bool function that if it's Metroid transform that vector to dot down. If you want, I can now make it for you. Public bool, so call it Metroid. Then our function if Metroid is active, I need to make it then transform, not transform, to call this function vector2 dot down. So now save it, going back to the game. I'm going to say this 2 is Metroid, but I need to here call else. So if Metroid is false, then we want this line to get read. As we see, the Metroid and just going down, but the enemy is trying to follow us, and later we need to shoot him and destroy him. So now see you in the next video.